Good morning. Today is Tuesday, February 4th. It has been another year since we last met, metaphorically speaking, of course. Today I'm going to use the shadow casting sticker board backdrop because I want to focus on a central focus, and I want to focus on the dark times that I feel like we are at in our country. I am one of the many people who did not vote for this. If you're in another country, just know that your friends in the USA are not okay. So I want to focus on justice. So I'm going to pick the middle card as justice, and this is the justice card from my new deck coming out, launching in May. I want to focus on what it is that's keeping us in this dark cave, and if justice is the bridge to get over here, like, I want to just see how we can get there, right? Like, this needs to be the pillar, this needs to be the middle ground, and right now I just feel like nobody's doing their job. I know I try to usually stay pretty apolitical, but I can't ignore the elephant in the room that this is what's going on. So I'm just going to do it, and this is going to be this week's reading. So I'm going to shuffle the Out of Hand Tarot Pocket Edition, and we're going to lay some cards and see how they interact. So the first one's going to be, what is keeping us in the dark? What is in this cave? What is it that we are maybe feeling held captive by, right? So the shadow board is kind of like, this is our proverbial nightmare, right? This is just what's keeping us in place. But we need to be able to get on this bridge. We need to be able to see that justice will prevail. I do believe that the truth always comes out. So this is going to illuminate us to help us take those steps, right? So what is keeping us in this cave? We have the Page of Cups, and right away, seeing that, I feel like it's childish energy. I feel like everything is so unexpected. I feel like we're literally in a proverbial playroom of some kid who doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't think that that could be any more clear. So how do you get somebody who is in that mindset to face justice? How do you get them to get to the other side, to where we can actually get back on sturdy ground, right? Let's see. We've got the Knight of Wands. Oh my God. So there's going to be some big players, right? So this Knight of Wands energy, it could be, we're going to have to just suit up and go out and address the flames head on. You know, I don't know what activism looks like to you. For me, it's putting my money behind those organizations that have the means, have the lawyers, have the things to do the job that needs to get done. And it's like, seeing the page go into the Knight of Wands is just kind of, we need a more problem-solving energy. Right now, everything's very reactionary, and we need to start focusing on some solutions. And let's see, I'm going to pull some Lenormand, and it helps us like see the above bridging and then what's coming up from the depths. So let's do the coming up from the depths first. One, two, three, and we've got the bouquet, the coffin, and the house. When I see the bouquet and the coffin coming up from the depths, I can't help but think of like a funeral. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up or, you know, scare or whatever, but I see closing the chapter on something that maybe was beautiful. Maybe we were in this space of just always stopping to smell the flowers and not looking. And now we're going into that space of finding our sanctuaries, finding our comforts, closing off to maybe the outside world. Maybe that's what's rising up. Like, I feel like in a lot of times like this, our first instinct is to hermit, is to become closed off, you know. So we're closing ourselves off from being able to see maybe the gift that this could be. Right now, it's hard to see the gift when you're in it, but I see maybe there's going to be something at a funeral home. I don't know. That just keeps coming up, but I'm not one of those people who try to predict things. I'm just Like I said, this reading is just everything coming out. One, two, three for the above energy. And we've got clouds, ring, and letter. When I see those three together, I see these, you know, uncertain promises that just keep arriving, uncertain cycles, like this uncertain news cycle. You know, clouds in Lenormand is talking about, it can be anxiety, but it's more about something that we don't know, you know, where it's very uncertain right now. And the ring is like those commitments and those promises, and it's going, okay, well, maybe all these orders that are being signed, they're just uncertain commitments that really have not gotten that rubber stamp from the letter, you know. And so that's rising up from this childish thing. It's going, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. But without the actual approval of justice, of the Department of Justice, of whatever, then, you know, it could just all go into this space of like being dead on arrival, right? We can hope, but the damage is already going to be done. So we're going to need all these people, these firefighters, to put out the flames, right? I'm going to bring in the animal energy to help us. How can we navigate it? How can we navigate this when we feel so helpless? How can we approach what's going on? And I'm not even going to say the next 4 years. How can we approach the next 4 weeks, right? What energy do we need to be able to survive this storm between the children and the adults in the room? And I'm not, you know, I'm using that proverbially. And we've got the deer. And for me personally, that is, if you've been in my world for any moment of time, you know that that is my animal. And the deer for me tells me that be gentle with yourself during this next, whatever time frame you're looking at. Be gentle, observe what's going on, observe and see if it's actually a threat and you need to run, or if it's just kind of a passing thing. Like the deer, if you've ever watched them and you're not like in a car, you know that they will sit there and they will watch and they will assess if something, if a noise, if a person, if whatever is a threat before they run. Like we have a herd that lives on our property, and if we go outside, they don't run away right away and we don't feed them. They just stand there and they observe, and you see their ears and they take it in and they go, is this flight, fight, or freeze? You know, so you just observe before you make any big moves. So that's what's going to help you get through this, and to just also be gentle with yourself, you know. I know this reading's a little bit shorter. That's okay. I just wanted to address the giant elephant in the room and to just let you know, if you're part of my world, where I stand. If that means that you no longer want to be part of my world, that's kind of, it's got to be okay. You know, our world is changing and shifting, and this is who I am. And I just want to see fairness. I want to see, you know, I don't think equality for everybody is a bad thing. And I know that some of you who may not have voted the same way I did in the United States, you're going to be feeling maybe a little second guessing right now. And I want you to know that it's okay, and we will help you put out those fires too. So, you know, if you see something in this reading and you want to share it in the comments, please definitely do. I totally support community. Try and keep it nice. You know, if you want to argue politics, go on your other favorite platforms to do that. I just want to put a little bit out there and see what we can do in order to mitigate these next moments that are going to be occurring in our life. So I promise I'll be back to our regularly scheduled tarot castings next week. But I couldn't, you know, sit back and just stay quiet, I guess. So, yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this with your friends if you think it'll be of value. Sign up for my newsletter at jamiesawyer336.com, and sign up for the launch date to be reminded of the Felt Tarot, which will be happening in early May. That pre-launch link is live, and I will put that also in the show notes. So thank you again. I hope you have a nice week, and remember, be gentle and remember to take care of yourself this week. Bye.